Hello, Saints of the Most High. Thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Gilmoza TV. My name is Gil Musa. I really hope that I found you well. Yes, of course, today I'm here live all by myself because I've got a very interesting and important subject that I want to share on. Yes, and I really hope you guys are going to benefit from one or two things that I'm just going to be sharing on today. The subject of prayer. We really need to be prayer addicts. We really need to pray because prayer is the only way out. Prayer is the only way to survival. Prayer is what makes us the remnant, just like the remnant of Israel. You need to pray because prayer is very crucial, it's very important, it's very imperative in every aspect of our lives. So today I just felt like I need to share on the subject of prayer because some people really lack prayer, right? You don't lack finances, you don't lack any academics, you don't lack any qualifications, you don't lack anything, you don't lack any problems in your health. You just need prayer in order for that one area in your life that is lacking to be a complete puzzle to be fulfilled. You just need prayer. You just need to pray. I mean, like accelerate, just to go an extra mile in prayer. That is all that you need right now in order to achieve that movement that you need to make in your, like, for example, bucket list, or in that on your chessboard. I mean, chessboard of life. Yeah, you just need something like that. All right, so I am here to share on prayer because I believe that there is power in prayer. There is power when you pray, when you believe in God, when you trust in God, when you faith in God. There is just power when you do all that. And when you have communion with God, when you give reverence to God, when you give your petitions to God, if you believe, then all the things are possible because our God is a God of impossibilities. He can go beyond human imagination, human observation, human estimation. He can go beyond that because He is God, all omniscient, all omnipotent, and omnipresent. Right? Okay, so today I just want to talk about the importance of prayer. And one of the importance of prayer that I want to talk about right now is when you pray. When you pray, God listens. I took it from the case of Hannah. You know, when Hannah had gone through a lot of trouble and this endurance and pain and all this kind of thing from her rival Penina, she decided to take her case to God. That is the only way she could find the answer. She could finally and eventually get the answer that she was looking for. And ultimately, we hear that eventually in the end, she bore her beloved Samuel. It's all because of the prayer that she did. It's because of the seriousness she took in prayer. It's because of the trust and belief and faith that she had when she prayed. So I urge somebody, you need to pray. Whatever situation of barrenness, every area of your life that is barren right now, you just need to take that case of yours to God and take it on a serious note, and God will eventually answer you, just like how He did to Hannah. All right, another importance of prayer. When you pray, storms get stills. You know, in our lives, we face hiccups, storms and thistles, ups and downs, and all these obstacles every now and then. But when you pray, God puts you in a relief situation. When you pray, God actually saves you. When you pray, God redeems you. So I'm here to urge someone that in whatever storms of life that you're going through right now, I know some are going through difficulties, studying because you've got a lot of things to cover up, and some are going through difficulties in sourcing up finances for their schools, for their projects, and all these kind of things. Those are storms that you find in life because you are doing something and you're unable to do it for some reason because of the hiccups and ups and downs of life. But when you pray now, God will stabilize those storms and they will come to a peaceful state. All right, another importance of prayer. When you pray, doors open. Oh my God, this is just great. When you pray, there are doors, several doors open eventually because God. You know what? If you read John 4 verse 24 now, it says that God is looking for worshippers worship Him in spirit and in truth. Really? So when you pray now, doors open, really, because God is looking in the heart. He's saying this child of mine is really serious in prayer and is really committed in prayer. So definitely doors will start to open, doors to academics, doors to finances, doors to, to marriages, doors to great relationships, doors to success, and doors to opportunities and promotions, those that go to work. You just need to pray, because prayer is a very crucial and imperative. Okay, so moving on. When you pray, also relationships get restored. Some of us, speaking of even love relationships, those love relationships that we have with our different partners and all this kind of thing, when you pray, God will make sure that your relationship doesn't get complicated or become a burden or something. But when you pray, God will be the lead. God will lead of everything, will guide you, will make sure that everything that you're doing is in a perfect condition, is in a perfect place, is in a perfect atmosphere, and all this kind of thing. So relationships get restored when you pray, and your relationship with God, which is divine intimacy, also it does get restored automatically. So what you simply need to do is to be committed and to persevere, to be persistent, to be constant, and to be consistent in prayer. And you see, your relationship with God will start to make everything around you to go in good vibes throughout. All right, so another point of also, when you pray, a sickness get healed. So when you pray, sickness get healed. you know you get healing from God when you pray. That's one thing I want to tell you. I've been through different sicknesses. I'm one of those people that have been suffering a migraine headache. But to tell you right now, as a testimony, I no longer have that migraine headache. Why? Because I had to be very consistent and persistent in prayer. I prayed to God, and God heard my prayer. And right now, I'm feeling strong, fine, kicking and punching, because I prayed that prayer of faith, that prayer of hope, that prayer whereby I was saying, God, I really trust in you. I really desire to have your power moving in me, healing every part of my body which is going through some rough times, pain, and all this kind of a time that gives me distress. I had to ask God, and He responded to me, because there is power in prayer, and prayer brings healing to every sickness that you might be going through right now. So my dear brother or sister who is listening to me right now, you just need prayer right now in order to get your healing. Another point: when you pray, hopes get rekindled. Hopes get rekindled. There are some people right now who are so despaired, down, dispirited, and they're pretty much at their lowest because of whatever that is happening in their lives. Let me tell you, beloved, you don't need to feel that way. You don't need to feel that way. There is God in heaven. There is Jehovah Jireh in heaven, the author and the finisher of our faith. Hear me. You hear me? He can do anything at any time. So what you simply need to do right now is to have hope. When you pray, have hope. Trust in God. Have faith in God. He will surely give you what you want. He will surely make sure that your hope rises, and you actually have that kind of patience, and make sure that you obtain whatever you are working on. All your endeavors, your dreams, aspirations, and ambition, they get to be met when you have hope, and make sure that you keep on praying so that God rekindles the level of hope that is in you right now. Hallelujah. All right, another point: when you pray, strength is renewed. When you pray, strength is renewed. If you go to the Holy Scriptures, according to Isaiah 40, verse 31, it says, "But those who hope in the Lord, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Hallelujah. That is the good part of the Holy Scriptures, which is the wisdom of God. If you get to be friended with the Bible, making it your best friend, you get to find out you get strength each time you refer to the Bible. Whenever you come across a situation, if you read the Bible, you get to be strengthened, you get to be reassured, you get to a point where you get consolation and comfort, because you are relying on God, you are depending on God. So, dear beloved, you just need scriptures wherever. You just need to get into a time of meditation. Don't just pray telling God your problems every now and then. Hey God, this, hey God, that, hey God, oh God. No, you don't need that. You sometimes you just need a time of getting into meditation, reading the scriptures. God speaks through the Holy Bible. He speaks to us. You just need to locate yourself and to be able to hear His voice speaking unto your life. How? By reading the Word. Befriend yourself with that Holy Scriptures. You know what? Dust Bibles gives you dust lives, and open Bibles open your life. So you just need to read the scriptures all the time so that your strength gets renewed every time you feel low. Another point, which is last on the importance of prayers that I have right now. When you pray, answers do come. When you pray, answers do come. That's one thing I know for sure. Like I referred in 1 Samuel 2 on Hannah's prayer. Hannah eventually got her answer on the prayer that she made to do with her barrenness, and she finally and eventually got her answers, and eventually she bore her beloved Samuel. That itself shows that when you pray, God does answer prayers. He answers because He's Almighty, and there is nothing impossible with Him. You just need to believe what He can do in your life and have hope and trust in Him and have faith in Him. That's what Hannah did. She realized that, oh my God, she has been missing something, which is an extra mile in prayer. That's why she decided to take her case to God and forget about what Penina was saying, all these comfort things and mockery and all this rivalry, and decided to worship God. That's how she eventually got her prayer answered. And when you pray, answers do come. Like I said, another point to support that as well, we have got Daniel 9 verse 21. It says, while I was still in prayer, Gabriel, the man I had seen in the earlier vision, came to me in swift flight about the time of the evening sacrifice. How about that? That's great, right? That's very wonderful and profound. Yes. So when you pray now, when you pray, um, God sends His angels with answers. So Daniel eventually got an answer because he took 21 days of prayer and fasting. And he was so determined and pretty headstrong that he was going to receive his answer, because according to me, and how I understood the scriptures, especially the book of Daniel, which is a very wonderful book, you get to find out that Daniel was a legend in prayer. Daniel was that kind of a person who would pray and pray and pray like no other business, and he was just a man of prayer. In short, yeah. So you need to emulate those kind of legends in the Bible, because men and people like Daniel, you get to find out that when they set for prayer, they set it for real and they pray because they feel like prayer is the only way out. And indeed, prayer, it is the only way out. So one needs to pray. Don't lose heart. Don't lose hope. Don't grow faint or worry. Just believe in God, trust in God, have faith in God. Even if you're going through those storms and thorns and thistles, ups and downs, trials and tribulations in your marriage, in your academics, in your at work, wherever you're coming across those difficulties, just don't lose hope. Just have faith in God. Keep on praying. Just like what this widow did in Luke 18 verse 1. She kept on pushing and pushing and pushing in pestering on that judge, up until that judge was convinced, up until that judge could finally just say, okay, let me just solve this widow's problem. And that's how that judge saved the widow, and that's how the widow finally get her problem problem resolved, because she was so persistent. So from that story itself, I am here to implore you by the message of God, child of God. You just need to pray right now. Be prayerful. Pray and pray until you pray, then pray. Thank you so much, guys, for listening and for giving your time to hear this piece that I've just shared on prayer. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Till God willing, enjoy the sermons. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.